My name's Father Dan Leary. I'm a priest of the Archdiocese of Washington, and I welcome you. I've been involved with the Sisters of Mary now for almost 25 years, helping them. Now I'm giving retreats and really studying the life of Father Al Schwartz. For me, and probably for you, I would like to say that Father Al is a priest for all. First, he was a missionary priest, sort of a religious priest, a priest whose life was dedicated to serving the poor and giving his life to the needs of those that are forgotten, abandoned, elderly, the young. Secondly, he was a diocesan visionary priest because he always had the idea of, through hard work, through the example of St. John Vianney, he had an idea to live out his priesthood in imitation of Christ. You've been brought here to the tomb on a pilgrimage. It's the inspiration of the Holy Spirit. A couple of things to think about the life of Father Al. First, his life was a life of suffering. In the life of every priest and seminarian, we have to remember that suffering is part and parcel with our vocation. We do what Christ did. Christ suffered. Father Al also suffered through humiliations and rejections. How many of us, through our vocations, have experienced that very same thing? But Father Al wrote so beautifully. He said, "When I will be buried in my robes, and the robes will be symbolic of the life of Christ, priest, and victim." Secondly, Father Al spoke so beautifully about celibacy, chastity, of a virtue that's under attack in our culture. Remember, we have to follow Christ. We have to follow his sacrificial love. And Father Al was very clear that it's not just a life of being alone or solitary, it's a fruitful life, a life that is to pour itself out into the souls of the people that God has entrusted to our care, to those people that God will specifically place in our lives so that we can lead them to heaven. Remember the story of St. John Vianney. As he made his way into Ars, a young boy came and met him and said to him, "Father Vianney, I will show you the way to Ars." And Father Vianney said to him, "And little boy, I will show you the way to heaven." As you spend time today at the tomb of Father Al, I invite you to do two things. First, pray to be a saint. All of Father Al's work and his mission was to make the children saints. Secondly, is to recognize very deeply and very profoundly, honestly, that God is working through all of us, but we must also recognize he needs our commitment, our surrender, so that the Lord can work through us. Pray the prayer of Father Al for his canonization at the tomb. Almighty ever-living God, giver of all good gifts, let that prayer be an inspiration for you for the next 9 days. Let him be your intercessor. May the Lord guard you and guide you and bless you on this pilgrimage to the tomb of Father Al. God bless you.